So I'm traveling to New York and South Korea over the next few months. I feel like mastered all of the travel essentials that I need when I'm traveling. Everything that helps make my travels easier and makes my life easier. Now, I'm not saying you should go out and buy every single thing that I've mentioned in this video. It's more stuff that I've just had over the years. So I am still using my Rimowa carry-on. I absolutely love this thing, love the look of it, love the style of it and everything. But there is an alternative that I recently got from a company called MVST. So the Rimowa carry-on goes for around $1,500. However, this MVST carry-on goes for $400, and it sort of imitates that sort of aluminium look that the Rimowa has. It has a lot of the same features and functionality. I was really impressed by it and actually quite like the look of it. Is it as good as the Rimowa? It's actually pretty close. So if you have been interested in the look of the Rimowa suitcase but don't want to cough up the $1,500, this one from MVST is actually pretty good. When it comes to backpacks, I am currently using the Grams 28 Transit backpack. This thing is just amazing. Easily probably the best backpack that I've ever used. It's built like an absolute tank and just looks amazing. I feel like nothing else that I've had has really come close to this backpack. And it's not cheap. It's by far the highest quality backpack I've ever used because it's primarily made from leather. The main thing that I like about this backpack is that it isn't ugly. Like most backpacks, I'll be honest, I feel like aren't very stylish, are quite ugly. I feel like Grams 28 have actually done a good job of making a backpack that looks good, looks stylish. What I also like about this backpack is that it can almost act like a mini suitcase because when you unzip it, it folds out like a suitcase. It also has a dedicated, well-padded laptop compartment, and it has a suitcase pass-through as well. There's tons of pockets and everything everywhere as well. You can organize everything. There's a nice sort of sunglasses compartment here. And what I also like is that there is a passport compartment here. So I feel like that's quite well protected, so you don't have to have your passport in your pocket. And I usually put my passport in there knowing that, okay, I can feel it in there and I've got my passport with me. That's the most important thing when I'm going anywhere. It's seriously elite backpack. I love this thing. I use it pretty much all the time when I'm traveling. However, I do have an alternative. For those people who don't want to spend $1,000 on a backpack, I found this one, which is actually pretty close in terms of functionality to the Grams 28 backpack. Is it as nice looking? No, but it is like a quarter of the price. It goes for around $200 to $250, and it does a lot of the same things because one of the main things with this is that, if I open it up, it also opens out like a suitcase. So you can get quick access to all of your things without having to sort of only open up the top and try and rummage around in there. Made from nylon, so it's not leather, but I do think for $200, this is actually pretty darn good. It definitely has more of a sort of utilitarian look rather than, I guess, like luxury leather look like the Grams 28 bag has. But I honestly think if you need something, because it's quite big as well. Like I can't remember exactly how many liters. This is a 30 liter. They do also have a bigger 38 liter. If you have a 16-inch MacBook, that should fit in here no problem. And with all the space that it has, I feel like you can actually fit easily a sort of weekend's worth of stuff in here. I won't go into too much detail about the laptop as I've already done a review of it on the channel. It's the M4 Max 14-inch MacBook Pro. I always just prefer the smaller size, just a beast in a small package. Something everyone should always get to experience. Now, the 11-inch iPad Pro. I have raved on about this thing and how great it is. And I definitely think it's the best iPad Apple currently make. I used to love the iPad mini, and I still do, to be honest. I prefer that size of the iPad mini, but Apple have neglected the iPad mini. Sure, they've updated the chip and stuff, but the screen on it isn't that great, and I feel like it just doesn't have the best battery life because of the small size. This 11-inch one, honestly, absolute elite iPad. The screen in this thing is pretty much one of the best screens you could get. Not even external OLED displays or TVs can beat this thing. It's technically the best display that I have in my home, which is wild to say. It's also ludicrously thin and light. It blows my mind how thin it is. It's quite scary because it seems like it would bend easily, but thankfully it doesn't. Even though it's so thin and light, I still have it in a case most of the time anyway. This case here, I think is from Otterbox. Yes, it's an Otterbox case. And yeah, you can put the iPad in here. And what I like about this case is that it has a compartment for the Apple Pencil, if you have an Apple Pencil. So the cover is just magnetic, so I can just detach it like so, and then I can have it like this. And then I can also fold out this part here so that I can use it when I'm on flights and stuff when I want to watch a movie or TV show. I can put it on the pull-out tray on the seat in front of me. And yeah, it's a good case. I will leave a link to it because a lot of people asked about it last time. It's a good case. I like it. I don't think it's the nicest case. You can get nicer cases, but functionality-wise, is the reason why I choose it. Next up is the 12 South Airfly Pro 2, and thanks to them for also sponsoring this video. This is an absolute game changer for anyone who likes to use in-flight entertainment or just want to connect something with a headphone jack to your AirPods or any other Bluetooth headphones. It comes with this little pouch here, and you can see it's tiny, absolutely tiny. In the pouch, you do also get a sort of flight headphone adapter thingamajiggy, so you can use it in flights and stuff. And yeah, the idea is that you can connect it to anything that has a headphone jack, whether it be in flight or whatever, but you can also use it on something like a Steam Deck or even like a treadmill or whatever, just anything that has a headphone jack and you want to be able to use wireless headphones. This is what this is perfect for. You can connect 2 different Bluetooth devices at the same time, so if you wanted to share your audio with someone, you could do that too. It also supports aptX via Bluetooth 5.3, so you can get high quality wireless audio. It has a 25-hour battery life and has a USB-C port for power. It's really one of the easiest ways to make any device support wireless headphones that otherwise don't. So check it out, I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. My favorite earbuds of choice are no doubt the AirPods Pro 3. I can't bang on about these enough. They are really that good. I have stopped using pretty much all other pairs of headphones and earbuds and stuff unless I need a wide pair of earbuds. But for wireless earbuds, nothing else really for me personally comes close to these. The sound quality I think is good. Not everyone is going to agree, but I do think, considering the sort of form factor, the way they're built, the size, the battery life, everything about them, I think the sound quality is good. But the noise cancellation is where these things are absolutely incredible. Some of the best noise cancelling earbuds ever. And I think the in-ear sort of tip design is what makes the noise cancelling so good. Because if you get the right size tip and it creates a nice seal in your ear, it automatically does a good job of getting rid of a lot of the external noise. And then with the active noise cancellation, it does an even better job of cancelling everything out. And yeah, on flights and stuff, I'll have these in and I'll almost forget how loud my environment is until I take them out. And I think if you're in the Apple ecosystem, these just make a lot of sense. I can automatically switch between my iPhone, my iPad, my MacBook very easily. Seriously, I can't recommend these enough. If you have an Apple device, please do consider these earbuds because they are just incredible. Next up is my travel tech pouch. So this doesn't actually go in my backpack. This usually goes in my suitcase. And there is one specific function of this bag, and it's that it will never be unpacked when I'm home. This bag always stays packed and always stays in my suitcase, even when I've finished unpacking my suitcase. Because this bag is basically the bag that contains all of my travel charging essentials. So it's just a Bellroy pouch that I have here. I've tried to go for the most compact pouch that can fit everything that I have in here. We have a USB-C to USB-C charging cable, but what makes this cable unique is that it has one USB-C port on one end, which goes into your charging brick, into your wall, and then on the other end we have 2 USB-C connectors, which I can use to connect to my laptop, to my iPad, to my iPhone, whatever. So essentially I'm using one charging port to charge 2 devices at the same time. And I think it does like over 100 watts, 140 watts, something like that. And yeah, the length of it, it's okay. It's not the longest cable, but it does a good enough job. I also have a USB-A to USB-C cable in here, mainly because when I'm going somewhere and I know I'm going to be hiring a car, sometimes they don't have USB-C ports. They just have the standard USB-A ports. So being able to connect my phone and use Apple CarPlay, this is what this cable is for. It's not really used for anything else. I also have an Air card in here, which uses the Find My network so that I can see where my patch is. Then there's the charging brick itself. And what I've tried to do is I've tried to condense everything into one. So you have your sort of adapters, of course. So you can plug it in wherever you go. And then also you plug everything in here. But this also has USB ports on the bottom. And this specific one can do 120 watts, which is one of the highest that I've found in such a small package. It has one USB-A port and 3 USB-C ports, so I can pretty much charge everything with this and all the cables that I have in here. When I've arrived at my destination, arrived at my hotel room, I usually use this to charge my Apple Watch and my phone. And this is just like a charging puck, also from 12 South, has a USB-C port, has a really nice sort of aluminium finish with a leather strap. And this thing can charge my iPhone with Qi 2 wireless charging, and it also has an Apple Watch charger. And what I like about this Apple Watch charger in particular is that it folds out. You'd be surprised at how many Apple Watch chargers don't fold out. And my watch, I need a charger like that because the strap on it doesn't go flat. it actually has to be charged like this. So when I have it on here, like so, it can charge my watch. So obviously you can imagine if I try to charge my watch like this, it doesn't actually even work. It doesn't even touch the charger. This is super compact. Can easily put it in my pocket, can put it in my backpack if I need to as well. And yeah, everything goes in this one pouch. And like I said, the idea behind this pouch is that it will never be unpacked when I'm at home. It needs to always stay packed and in my suitcase. I do also carry this multi-charger, usually in my backpack or in my pocket. It does have a keyring on it as well. And this multi-charger has pretty much everything. You have USB-A here, and then you have USB-C, and then you have Lightning here, and then you have USB-C. So I can pretty much charge everything that I need to with this. I'll be honest, I don't actually use this that much. This is more kind of for emergencies. If I need to quickly charge something, quickly get power to something. But other than that, this kind of just sits in my bag, sits in my pocket unused. Because I haven't really used it that much, I kind of think to myself, do I even carry it? But I think it's the idea of knowing that I have it, so that I can use it in a pinch whenever I need to. And of course, the battery pack that I always keep raving on about. It has 2 USB cables built in, USB-C cables. Can I get this one out? It has one in the strap here, and then it has one here as well, so I can charge my devices. Has a capacity, how much is the capacity on this thing? 25,000 milliamp hours. And one question which I always get with this thing is, can I take it on flights? Can you take it on flights? Is it okay for flights and stuff like that? And yes, I have never had an issue taking this on a flight. I've never even had security question this thing. I've had no problems with it. There is also another USB-C port and a USB-A port, so you can charge 4 devices at the same time. And it has a total output of 165 watts, which is crazy for something this small and compact. I've recommended this on the channel like 5 or 6 times now, but I've just not found anything else that beats it. It really is such a good battery pack. When I usually arrive at my destination, I also usually pull this out of my suitcase. So this is just a grams 28 sling that I have, and in here I usually put like my battery pack, my AirPods, whatever else that I don't really want in my pockets. But the primary thing I have in here as well is my Fujifilm X100 VI. Man, I really do love this camera. The design, the functionality, the quality of the pictures. It's just an experience using this thing. It's so well built as well. It feels solid. It feels like a very premium camera. I mean, it is. It's like $2,000. But for me, this is like the ultimate travel camera because of how compact it is as well. Having the fixed lens and stuff, obviously I can see for some people is a downside. That's why I also do have other cameras, but this has become my primary travel camera. I see quite a few questions and comments asking what recipes I use. Sorry to let you guys down, but I don't really use the recipes at all in this thing. I just usually shoot in RAW and then apply my own presets in Lightroom. I just prefer to do it that way. Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna be like, what the hell, why did you buy this then? Why not just get a normal mirrorless camera? I mean, I still do use the recipes because I shoot in both JPEG and RAW, but I've just found myself naturally shooting in RAW, editing them in Lightroom, just because I also like the experience of editing pictures. I actually find it quite fun, but you can easily use the recipes and never have to edit the pictures. So if you're someone who doesn't like editing pictures and stuff, yeah, this is awesome. The only thing is, I wish I traveled more because then I could use this thing more. I feel like I don't actually get to use it as much as I would like. Make sure to check out this other video I did on tech that I feel like lasts, tech that I think is worth investing in, and then also my favorite products of 2025. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe for more.